Welcome back to the PAC Sports Network for our halftime show. As we're at the break between Bethany and W&J, we're now joined by the head women's basketball coach for Bethany, Coach Mikayla Lopez. Coach, first off, thanks so much for joining us today. I know your team has been playing well over the last handful of games. What's been behind all of the recent success for them?
A lot of it has really just been trying to have a better IQ and decision making in games. We found early on a lot of times we were in the lead or we were down, but we just weren't making good decisions and weren't taking great shots. So just being a little bit more dynamic with our decision making and trying to value some possessions more for sure.
Well, we'll definitely dive into some of the players on your team that you brought back this year, but I want to get into a little bit of coming into this season because you guys were coming off a great year last year, made it to the semifinals. How much confidence did you see from this group in wanting to get back to that point and even further in the championship coming into this season?
Yeah, it was awesome. I said that a lot to our staff in the beginning. We had so many girls in the gym in preseason every single day trying to work out. And so you could really see that motivation from last season led into their work ethic for this season.
Well, you have a nice mix of returners and a couple newcomers as well on the team, and you bring back a very prominent returner, a really good scorer in Lindsey Garrison, one of the mainstays for this program. What makes her such a threat offensively and really makes other teams have a challenge stopping her defensively?
Yeah, Lindsay's game can just be super universal. So that's the one thing, right? Everybody knows she's a great 3-point shooter. But if they shut down the 3-point line, Lindsay is very quick and has great footwork. So she's good at getting to the paint and scoring from the paint. But she's also really good at recognizing, like, hey, I'm usually the leading scorer, so I got to find my teammates and create for others. So when she creates for other people, and then other people are starting to score on the team, it also helps open her up. So her ability to shoot the three ball but get to the paint as well as create for everyone just really helps on the offensive end.
Well, a player that's been doing a lot of creating throughout her career, and Ashley Wheeler, kind of the engine that makes the entire motor go, if you will, and really the heart and soul of this team. How have you seen her grow as a leader on the court, and in particular in controlling the offense as a point guard?
Yeah, her strides that she has made, especially this year, have just been unbelievable. The first thing is Ash has always been a very quiet leader. So this year we really, really challenged her to be a lot more vocal and use her voice, especially because so many of our underclassmen really, really respect her. So she's dove into that role a lot more. And I'm really fortunate, to be honest. Like, Ash calls the plays. I let her run the show. There's every once in a while where I'll pop in there and say what we need to do, but she really does run the offense for us and is the motor. So like you said, we kind of go as she goes.
And then you also brought back another consistent scorer in Bella Scobola, a major threat from the perimeter, but somebody that can also get to the lane. In what ways does she kind of complement players like Lindsay and Ashley?
Yeah, she's great because Ashley and Lindsay definitely love the 3-point line. So Bella really wants to get to the paint. She loves to do a great hesitation move and finish with a floater in the middle. So I think that helps because people have to collapse on her, which then in turn opens up our other shooters on the outside. So her ability to get to the paint and kick for her teammates, but also knock down the open three when people don't want to guard her, really makes her versatile as well.
And then one of the kind of recent additions that you made was Cadley Potter, a transfer from the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky. What has she been able to add to the team that you feel is really kind of gelled with the rest of the group, and especially a very experienced group that's played a lot of basketball together?
Yeah, she was a very, very big get for us. She brings some more veteranship to our team, which is great. She wasn't a freshman who came in with no experience, so she kind of already knew how the college world worked. And then, yeah, she's also so versatile, right? She can go off for 20 points in the paint, but she can also step out and extend her range to the 3-point line. So she got chemistry very quick with the team, which was awesome. And she's been a very, very big time player for us this year.
Well, yeah, she's definitely been able to kind of find a new home for herself in Bethany. But another player that has really been able to build on a great season from last year is Kate Bada. And she had a great freshman season, but an even better sophomore season this year. What did she add to her game in the offseason that you feel has, really attributed to this improvement?
Yeah, Kate probably had the best offseason, I would say, out of any of our returners, especially because she comes from a very good high school program in Norwin, right, where she didn't necessarily have to be a scorer. So she didn't have that mindset. And so I really challenged her that with over your freshman summer into your sophomore summer, we need to develop our skill set so that you can be more of an offensive threat. And you see that, right? Kate, surprisingly, is one of our best 3-point shooters, but at the same time, she's got a mismatch in the post. We can feed her in there. So she really worked hard on her offensive mindset and her confidence and her skill set over the summer. And then we're definitely seeing that come to fruition this season.
Well, Coach, you definitely have the makings of a very talented team that can make a very deep run. And before we let you run, I know that you guys have gotten a step closer to a championship each season, it feels. And I'm sure that this group obviously knows that in the back of their mind. What does this group need to do in order to accomplish that feat, get back to another deep run, but then get to a title and win a title as well?
Yeah, I would say is the consistency and staying together for us. When we can consistently play Bethany basketball for 35 minutes, we are a really, really tough team. And when we can stay together, it's hard to break us down. So if we can do those things, we're excited to see the run that we're going to make.
Well, Coach, very excited to see how the rest of the season pans out for you and the Bison. Thanks so much for stopping by, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's Bethany head women's basketball coach Mikayla Lopez. Don't move a muscle. We'll have more action in today's contest coming up next on the PAC Sports Network.